I got a sandwich and aroma juice in my hands. And I'm standing here in the lunch line from school. I'm about to get my lunch. As usual, I have to put my student code in the computer in order for me to get the food. I'm at the front, typing my code, but there's like more than 30 people behind me, right? There's like 30 people behind me. Not only I feel the pressure from them and I'm nervous, but also back then I had like really bad social anxiety. So I felt all of the pressure on me when I was putting the code. And every time that I had to put the code, I always felt the same thing. As if everyone is looking at me and all of their eyes are on me. I'm putting the code, but then I mess up. So everyone is waiting and everyone is watching. I try again, but nope. I put the code wrong again. Once again, I have everyone's eyes on me and I'm feeling the pressure. I tried again. Can you guess what happened? I put in the code wrong again. The cashier's looking at me and she literally said, "Come on, you gotta hurry up." And I finally managed to get it right. I hear the beep from the machine. Beep. I got it right. I get out of there and I go to a table. I take out my notebook and check off the challenge. Yeah, I got all of those things wrong because it was a social anxiety challenge that I learned from a YouTube video that I watched last night. Just to put myself in a challenging way and to basically handle judgment and pressure from people to kind of like help you to stop being socially anxious, I guess. And now the second thing, what's the next challenge? I gotta ask strangers for the time. Social anxiety was a huge problem in my life. I remember that every time that I would see the popular guy from school, or I literally remember when I started working in the place where I'm currently working, and I remember I saw this guy that is a fucking charismatic. He works there. Hopefully he doesn't see this video because this is too personal. But when I saw him, his charisma, his confidence and everything, somehow I compare myself and I was like, why the fuck am I even existing? Why the fuck? Cause I'm a piece of shit. I hate myself. I'm nervous around people. I cannot have a conversation with a stranger without feeling like a fucking chihuahua shaking. Those are the thoughts that I had back then, right? So if I had these problems, I would always seek out help. So like I would try to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and all of that, but none of them seem to really work, right? Because they just tell you, oh, just don't label yourself as someone with shy. Okay, how can I do this? How can I stop labeling myself as someone shy? How can I change my identity? They don't tell you that, right? They just tell you the things that you should do. They just tell you just talk to more people. But they like, I don't know how to explain. It just doesn't work, right? Because for my own self, I can speak from my own self, from my own experience after years of trying to solve this problem, and I never gave up. So this is the thing. This might be a long guide, but I want you to change your life the same way that I've been able to do so. That's the hope here, right? I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to give you things that can literally change your life. If you have gone through any of these things that you see here, right? If you've experienced this in your childhood as a kid, or if you have any of these symptoms, right? Read the symptoms. And if you can relate, and if you have them, continue watching this step. So basically, let's talk about complex PTSD. And that's something that I had. You see, when I was a kid, when I was like 6 years old, I remember that it was my first time that I went to school. There was another 7'6" dude that every single morning they would be waiting for me to kick me, to call me names, to make me feel inferior, to make me feel like I don't belong and I'm not part of the group, right? My fucking teachers would fucking yell at me. I remember that one time there was a teacher that I wrote something with a crayon, right? With a black crayon, because my dumbass, right? Look at, I love that guy, right? My dumbass kid thought that was a good idea. I didn't have a pen, so I wrote the things that I had to write with a crayon, right? She saw the paper and she fucking ripped the fucking paper from my notebook in front of the whole crowd, right? When I would go to fucking my house, my parents, especially my dad, He would beat the shit out of me, right? So think about this. From a child position, there's a lot of threats going on. There's a lot of stress involved. So for me, I grew up thinking that the world is a place that you should be afraid. That it's a scary world. That it's a scary place. Everyone you go, girls, guys, people, are here to get you. Are here to make fun of you. Are here to mock you. Right? That's when complex PTSD is developed, right? My nervous system is fucked. It's always alert. I have more anxiety than other people. Hopefully that's making sense. Basically, if you think that you're an anxious person, if you feel anxiety when you're driving or when you're talking to people or whatever the case is, if you feel like you have a huge ball of anxiety, just like I felt before, have PTSD, complex PTSD, right? So in my case, imagine if I would try to talk to people, if I would try to talk to the girl that I wanted to talk to, I couldn't, because I had complex PTSD, anxiety that would go all the way to the roof, right? So now the question is, how do I resolve this? How do I, the whole point here is rebalance and to fix the nervous system that has been damaged and fucked from all of those experiences, from all of the stress, from all of the anxiety. That's the goal here. And that's what I've been doing. So one of the things that can help you, I'm gonna leave 2 of those videos in the description. You're not gonna believe me. You're gonna call me gay. You're gonna call me that guy fucking a hippie. But it has been yoga. Yeah, there's a lot of research. I've been doing a lot of research, right? So I've been doing research. I feel gay. I feel weird doing that. But I got this result, right? So like, why the fuck am I gonna be like, oh, I don't wanna do it, right? I'm gonna do it. I'm fucked, right? So this has helped my nervous system. Just do it. There's a lot of research. You can do a lot of research. I'm just telling you from my own experience and from the things that I've learned. This is my 5th week and I've seen results. People usually see that average result you can see in like 8 weeks. I'm excited to see a fucking results. So that's the first one. The second one is change your personality. But now that's something that I've been questioning myself a lot. Because like, how the fuck can I change my personality? Because for example, like me, I heard that visualizations and psychocybernetics and all of those things can help you to change your personality. I used to do visualizations for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, every single day for years. Personally, they haven't helped. This is what has helped. The way that I've been able to change my personality is not by fucking waking up at 5 a.m., take cold showers, get jacked. Because look at this picture. I had this physique and I still had no girls. And I had a low self-esteem. So self-esteem, confidence, personality doesn't come from the things that we have. That's something that I learned. I would be chasing business. I would be chasing money and all of that. That's all of crap. This is the nitty-gritty of how to change your personality. Coming back to the example, right? I gotta think about the early experiences that I had as a kid, right? I had bullying. I had a lot of rejections, right? For example, I can recall and remember specifically the specific moments. So it was a time where the girl that I really wanted, she was like my crush. I was like, oh my god, she's my fucking future wife. She looks like a freaking angel, right? The girl of my dreams rejected the poor me, right? This guy. She rejected this guy. I was 10. I remember that 3 weeks passed, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We went to a boot camp, right? The whole school went to a boot camp, like a Christian boot camp, right? And I remember that in that boot camp, I saw this girl that rejected me hardly with another dude. And this guy had charisma. This guy was talking to her. He was making her laugh. He was making her feel loved. They had like a good connection. I remember that I was in the bus. They were sitting like 2 seats away from me. And I just could see it. Remember, this version of me, right? This fat version of me watching this And all that I could think of was, he's better than me. He has more charisma than me. His life, opinions, everything are more important than me. His life is better than me. His worth as a persona, as a man, he's just better than me. So I grew up believing that every person is better than me. That I don't deserve love. That I don't deserve to have beautiful relationships because there will be always someone better than me. When I would be in a relationship with someone, if this person would be talking to someone else, just as a friend, right? Nothing bad, even though all of my girls ended up cheating, right? But like, not in a bad way, right? I would always believe, oh, she's gonna leave you, she's gonna betray you, right? Because of the conclusions that I had about that situation. So I want you to write down on a piece of paper the early experiences that you can remember, and I want you to ask yourself, when was the first time that I started to believe that I'm not good enough? When was the first time that I started to believe that other people are better than me? Why do I believe that I don't deserve love? Why do I believe that I don't deserve success? Why do I believe that beautiful girls shouldn't be with me? When was the first time that I started to believe that? That's what I had to do. I had to go back, look at those events, and then change the meaning of those events. For example, like me. Does that mean that no one is gonna like me? That no one has personality? That this guy is better than me? No. Right? I'm not changing the event that happened. I'm not changing the facts. I'm changing the conclusions about that. I'm changing the thoughts that I made about myself from that experience. And if that's the thing, and if you do that, it's gonna change my life. But like, when I change the meaning of something that happened to me from the past with different thoughts, I can change my personality. I would think that when my dad would beat the shit out of me, when I would see his face full of hate and angry and wrath, when he would be beating the shit out of me, I would think I don't deserve love. I'm stupid. And when I would be like standing, crying, thinking, why is my dad beating me? I would think, I'm stupid. That's why I don't deserve love. I'm so stupid, right? It's putting the focus on me. But if I change the conclusion of the situation, I can be like, you know what? My dad had a lot of mental issues, and that's why he did the things that he did to me. He was a irresponsible father, and that's why he was treating me that way. He didn't heal from the trauma, and I am more responsible because I am doing through a lot of trauma myself, and I want to fix it. I want to solve it because I don't want my kid to go through the same thing. He's irresponsible, and I don't mean to hate on him, right? I'm just changing the conclusions. When I see things from that perspective, I can be like, when I got rejected, when the peers from school treated me like that, when my dad treated me like that, it's not because they were treating me like that because there's something wrong with me. It's not because I am boring, I don't deserve love, or you name it. It's because it was their problem. It's because there was something wrong with them, not with me, with them. And that's when things start to change. That's when I started to see myself in a different way. Once I understood that if I open myself to possibilities, and I have, right? For example, like I've been building this body, right? As you can see, right? I look more muscular. Since I had a bad identity as someone that is ugly, someone that is not attractive enough. When I would go outside, I would always be like scared to talk to girls because they can see that I'm weird. But if I just stop myself and I'm like, okay, I feel this type of fear because of the past. What about if I open myself to possibilities? That girl over there, that is a 10 out of 10. She's beautiful. She could see me attractive. And it has happened so many times. There's like, literally like 2 days ago, there's a beautiful coworker that, I have a beautiful coworker, right? She's the hottest and the most beautiful girl that works there. She was looking at me. Like giving me the look, right? So I'm like, oh shit. All of the identity that I had, it was fake. And hopefully this is making sense. But the way to change personality is to change not the occasions that happen. I want you to go back to the past and change those things. I had a realization the other day. It was like 3 days ago. I always believed, right? Look at me, right? Like, if you look at that, what hopes do you have? Like, I was addicted to porn, addicted to video games, food, no respect. So like, I always thought that I was a loser piece of shit that doesn't deserve love. But I went to the past, right? I closed my eyes and I try to visit. I try to see my younger self. And when I go back, I had a realization where I went in one time as a goalie, right? I was playing soccer for the school. But I was really, really good. I had a penalty. I defended the penalty. I blocked it. Then I had a free kick, right? A free kick. Someone shooted the ball really hard. I fucking blocked it with my eye, but then I hurt my eye. And I was like playing like that regardless. And when I saw, I was like, wow. Maybe I'm not the loser that I thought that I am, or the way that I see myself. I actually had some wins, right? It was just because I was hypnotized to see myself as a loser, to see myself as someone that doesn't deserve shit. And I want you to do the same. Just go back. Even though it's hard to look at the past, look at it with different eyes. Open yourself to different possibilities. Open yourself to different conclusions. Why you got rejected? Why did your parents got divorced? Why did people treat you different in the school? Was it because of you and you deserve that and you were born like that? Or was it because there was something else? Right? I want you to see that. Go back to the past and find different meanings. Change things from the past. When I've been doing this type of work, I kind of like see, like there's kind of like movies that there's a huge problem, or like there's a huge enemy, right? And somehow these people are able to like go to the past and change certain things, and once they change those things, they go back to the future, and then they can see that the villain or the monster or whatever the case is not a problem anymore, right? Because they changed something from the past. So I kind of see the same thing, right? When I visualize myself, when I change things from the past, I see the same thing. I am like solving problems from the past that will help me to change my present and my future. I'm not changing anything that happened. I'm just changing the meaning. I don't have control of the things that happened in the past. I have control of the way that I react to things. And that's where I found power. So hopefully, I know this is way too long, but hopefully this helps. So thank you so much for watching.